If you've been listening to No Simple Road for a while, you've heard us talk about Fire on the Mountain.
Fire on the Mountain.
And if you're a vegan, you're probably bored of hearing us talk about chicken wings.
Yep.
But guess what? This month at the Fremont location here in Portland, you vegans have reason to rejoice. Vegan nachos made from corn chips, Impossible Burger, vegan nacho cheese from at Vetopian, and house-made pico and jalapenos with an enye in
And
there. Darwin approves.
Yeah, I just want to say that Vetopian is a cultured cashew cheese.
Yeah.
And it is designer handcrafted here in Oregon.
That's right. Mel said it, I believe it, and you should know about it. So now you know about it.
Everybody should know.
Hey, they also have strawberry shortcake this month.
I was going to say at Burnside, they got the Southwest Taco Salad, a jalapeno burger, and strawberry shortcake with nice long descriptions of all those. So you should go over to at FOTMPDX on Instagram to see what they look like.
Man, look, here's the deal. Bomb-ass chicken wings, bomb burgers, pizzas, beer, family, fun, cool place to hang out. It's got it all. 3 locations here in Portland, 2 locations in Denver. Fire on the Mountain is family owned and operated by our very own Grateful Dead family. And guess what? They love you. We love you. They are hooking it up and cooking it up. 3 locations here in Portland, 2 locations in Denver.
And 1 coming in Bend.
That's right.
Ooh.
Go to, what is it? PortlandWings.com.
Yes.
Get yourself some swag and some sauce. And you can also follow them on Instagram at FOTMPDX and FOTM Denver. Fire on the Mountain. Fire.
Get up, get
Fire
up,
on the
fire. Get out
mountain.
of that door.
Well, Dead and Company tour is over. The final shows have happened. Drones have flown.
Well, what's popping off, though, is Jerry's birthday and death month.
Well, yeah, it's called the Days Between.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. And our sponsor, Shop Tour Bus, is celebrating with Days in Between special packaging.
Okay, and what does that look like?
So that looks like they're celebrating it with 9 custom Jerry boxes hand-painted by their resident magic marker wizard, Ella.
Okay.
And the first installment is going to include packages of Jerry's face in various forms, and it's dope. It's
all right.
amazing to put all of your beautiful Shop Tour Bus merchandise in there, whether it be a hoodie, a t-shirt, a sticker, or an awesome canvas tote.
Yep, that's right. Grateful Dead inspired designs. These are Grateful Dead songs told in the form of picture. You aren't going to see anything that says like Lazy Lightning or Scarlet Begonias. You're going to have to figure it out because you know, if you know, you know.
Yeah, it'll be done in cryptic art.
That's right. And these boxes are dope, but the stuff that comes inside is even cooler. And there's all kinds of extras inside. And some of you are going to get a Grateful Dead
bootleg
in your order. And you're getting free shipping when you put in the promo code No Simple Road, all one word when you're checking out. Go to shoptourbus.com and also follow them on Instagram at shoptourbus. You get to see all the cool stuff that they're up to. Shop Tour Bus. Those summer tours are in full swing right now. And
Yeah, they are.
like last weekend, Mel and I went to the Cuthbert Amphitheater down in Eugene, and it would have been really cool to know prior that there was a bike valet at the venue.
Yeah, that was an actual thing. You pull up and you check your bike in. They give you a number and you come out and they give you your bike.
Yeah, and they were allowing water bottles and certain kinds of bags and all that stuff. And it would have been cool to know before we go. And the way we could have done that is by going to VenueLlama.com.
Venue Llama.
Llama, tell you about a new resource. VenueLlama.com is where live music fans share helpful insider venue reviews and information based on our own experiences. A place where pro showgoers can quickly review venues and exchange seriously helpful venue intel with one another. Head over to VenueLlama.com today and sign up for your free Llama account and start reviewing venues today. Review venues in the Llama base. Hang on, Mel.
I'm sorry, I got excited. about what I was
Upload
gonna
photos
say.
in the Llama gallery and add your favorite scene-friendly businesses, websites, or podcasts to the Friends page. Okay, please.
Well, I was going to say, if you don't want to write a full review, you can actually just comment on an aspect of the venue, such as like your overall experience, getting there, the entry process. And they want to know that stuff so that sometimes, you don't have time to sit there and write an entire review.
True.
But you want to be like, you know what? I want to add that getting there was great because they had the bike valet.
Entry process, 4 stars. Security, 1 star.
Exactly.
Like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly like that.
I get it. And then when any of us are going to said venue, we can just go to venuelama.com, look it up and go, oh, security sucks here. I got to be extra careful with my goodies.
That's right.
Okay.
And that's the awesome thing about this is this comes from people just like us and just like
In
you.
the
So you
community.
get the truthful lowdown on what to expect and how to
Absolutely.
conduct yourself.
Tell me, I want all of you to tell me out there, when has it been a bad idea to get the lowdown? I'll wait. Yeah. See?
Yeah,
you couldn't.
no
I tried to be a smartass and I couldn't even do it.
Go to venuelama.com today. That's venuellama.com. Sign up today. Start reviewing venues. Start finding out about places you didn't already know about. Venue Llama. What's up, everybody? If you're like me and you're trying to do better for yourself and what you eat in this new year, I have something really cool for you. Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals make eating better every day way easier. Wherever tomorrow takes you, be ready with pre-prepared, chef-crafted, and dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. You're going to have over 35 different options a week to choose from, including keto, calorie smart, vegan, and veggie, and more. And there's even more to enjoy with over 55 nutrition-packed add-ons that help make your weekly meal planning even more delicious. What are you waiting for? Sign up and save. They've done all the math. Factor is less expensive than takeout, and every meal is dietitian approved to be nutritious and delicious. So here's what you got to do. Head to factormeals.com/NoSimpleRoad50 and use the code NoSimpleRoad50 to get 50% off your first box and 2 free wellness shots per box while subscription is active. That's code NoSimpleRoad50 at factormeals.com. Take all the guesswork out of trying to do the right thing for your body. Fuel up easy and fast. Go check out Factor.
No Simple Road. Yeah, here we go.
You're funny. Apple. You. Hi, everybody. It's Aaron.
Thank you.
Hey, now, No Simple Road family. What's going on?
And it's Apple. I'm funny.
And it's Mel. I'm funny sometimes.
Are you?
I can be.
Hell yeah, she is.
Who do you
She's
thi-
funny. She's funny in this. You guys
I'm not
are all
like
going to hear
That's
it.
telling
true.
jokes like, oh, why did a pigeon cross the road?
Why
Nothing
did
like
a
that.
pigeon cross the road? A pigeon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
don't-
joke.
Oh. Okay, what's the
Yeah,
punchline?
dude,
There
you're
isn't
getting
one.
serious on her. Wow.
It's not a pigeon, it's a chicken.
Only chickens can cross the road now?
That's right.
More
Yeah, man.
pigeons
What about
cross the road than chickens.
What about a baby pigeon?
Oh my God. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No, I have
Apple?
not.
You
I
haven't.
I have not.
Hey, everybody. Today on No Simple Road, we have Nick Gerlach from the world-saving Andy Frasco's
That's
podcast.
not how you say it.
Andy Frasco's world-saving podcast.
Podcast.
I can say it however I want.
No, that's not nice. What if people were like, it's Melanie
Road
from
Simple
So
Knots.
Nimple Dode?
No, not nipple. I didn't say it wrong.
Yeah,
I just
but-
said it out of order. I said it out of order. Not wrong.
like that.
It's a simple road, no.
Yeah, no, it's not cool. Andy Frasco's world-saving podcast, co-host, cult leader, trivia host, musician,
dog dad,
what else?
funny guy.
Yeah. And
Great conversationalist.
he
Yeah.
joined us for a little tete-a-tete here on No Simple Road.
That's right.
And we're going to bring that to you with arms wide open.
So get ready.
and
It's
land-
coming.
It not yet, though.
No,
Hang
we're going to
on a
get
minute.
there.
We'll get
It's
to
And
on
you're
its
like,
way.
Why? Why do you ask that we bring you this episode now?
Because we felt like it.
Well, also because we're going to be going to Ophelia's in
Ophelia's.
Denver, Colorado.
When are we doing that?
We're doing that August 30th, a few weeks from this episode.
Really?
That's right.
And we are going to be appearing live at
Ophelia's Electric Soapbox.
with Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast.
That's right.
And we can now announce our special guest. Mel, why don't you announce our special guest? Come on.
It is my total fave, Chris Pandolfi from the infamous String Dusters. My banjo Ganesh.
Banjanish. Yeah, man. Chris is going to come hang out with us and do our live set. And then Andy's going to have his own announcement as to who his special guests are going to be. Guest or I'm not sure yet. But here's the deal. Go to nosimpleroad.com and there is a ticket link there. You can also go to the Ophelia's website. There is a ticketing link there as well. Listen, this is only a few weeks away. And if you're going to be in Denver for the Dix Run and you're there on Wednesday or you live there, what? It is. It's a few weeks away.
It's 4 weeks away.
That's a few weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple would be 2 and a few would be 3.
Okay.
Thank you very much, guys. I
didn't say anything.
I was on point that time.
Yes,
it's too.
I said nothing
you.
except for defend you.
Thank you. My point being, go get your tickets now.
Yes.
Go get your Well, we're recording this on the 2nd.
Yeah.
And by the time you hear this, it'll be the 4th.
Yeah.
So it's encroaching upon the time that you can get these tickets and
you don't want to be
shut
left out.
Yeah.
Show up at the door like didn't have nothing to do on a Wednesday night.
Come see Chris Pandolfi, us, Andy Frasco, and whoever Andy and Nick is cooking up.
Yeah.
We never know. It could be incredibly grand. It is Phish Dix weekend. Anything can happen.
It could be Jesus. You don't know.
Yep.
It could be Ganesh.
Yeah.
They could have Bob Ross.
Well,
or
I don't know if they could have Bob Ross.
Colonel Tom Parker.
Don't know. You got to stay tuned.
The point is that it's going to be amazing and fun and dope and exciting right before a really pumped weekend. So whatever you can do to join us, make it happen.
So I've been trying to figure out, like, Dix starts on Thursday, and it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So wouldn't that be like Phish Dix week since it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Or would that still be Phish Dix weekend?
It's still weekend because it's not 7 days. It's not even 5.
Come on, guy.
Yeah,
let's go, Apple.
Well, it's 4, so that's more than half. They'd be like they're.
But it's like if you like
Phish is more than half a week.
But it's like okay, if you have like the Sunday and then you get the Monday off or whatever, so that's like the 3 days, and then it's just like if you left early for the weekend.
Okay.
And it is a big
I'm
weekend being Labor Day weekend, so it makes sense to encapsulate the weekend into it.
It's like
plus that's more exciting
weekend.
to say the weekend.
So couldn't you call it Phish Dix weekend?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do from now on. So come spend Phish.
You just want to make something
weekend
up
with us.
I mean, you can really say whatever you want.
This is true. But when I do, I get shit from you, or I say it wrong, or I have the math wrong.
You
or the
can
amount
still
of
say what
days.
you want. And
Okay.
Yeah, you can still say whatever you want.
Okay, cool.
We're all wrong sometimes.
Come hang out with us. You get the idea.
It's going to be fun.
It is. See how much fun we're having now?
Yeah, this is what you have to look forward to.
It wasn't
but
this
with
tense
special guests.
before Mike's turned on. I don't know what happened. Mike's turned on all of a sudden.
Anyways, it was a blast having Nick on the show and getting to know him. I have a sneaking suspicion that we are going to have one hell of a good time when we meet in person. And
Oh yes.
My Hanukkah wish this year is that we actually do get to take Nick and Andy to see Phish. Like they actually take us up on the offer and come with us to the show.
They got to. You guys got to.
Yeah, I think it'll happen.
You do?
Yeah. I do.
All right.
Yeah,
Apple,
at least
There's
one
no reason
night.
why it
Let's
shouldn't.
go around the room and
Andy's
say
never not done something he said he's going to do with us.
that's true.
And he's definitely down. They're both down to have fun.
Yep.
Okay.
There are 4 nights available. They don't have to go to all.
And
They could pick a night.
Since Andy met Mike Gordon at Peach, now he said that they're BFFs. I heard them on the podcast. He's like, oh, we're BFFs. So maybe now he'll actually, like, he's in his hometown. Come on.
Okay. All right. Well, no need to go around the room. Everybody just gave their thoughts on whether it'll happen.
Darwin just raised his paw. Like yes.
Darwin doesn't want anybody to go to Dick's.
No. Darwin doesn't like the summertime because we're very busy.
Darwin hates when we talk about summer tour.
Oh,
He's looking forward to. He told us when we got back from this weekend that he wants it to be the holidays.
Yeah.
Aww.
You know, I thought that when our kids grew up and not maybe moved out, but like just when they grew up, that I would no longer feel that nagging guilt that I felt whenever I would leave town or go anywhere. And it's
Transferred onto Darwin.
It's almost worse with the dog.
Oh, I think it is worse because I feel like the kids, they were able to like, you know, have fun and go like play with like their grandparents and spend the night or be with Apple and go to the mall and do something. Darwin just gets depressed.
This one too.
He pisses on the floor.
Thank God your kids never spite pissed in the living room. You would have had a talk with them.
I could see Simon doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of the two, yes,
Yeah,
Simon.
it definitely would have been Simon. But he just like, there's just no reasoning with this dog.
No.
You know, he just doesn't.
And he understands what
care.
you're saying and he's still going to piss on the floor.
Uh-huh.
I actually, for the first time, maybe the first time, last night, Mel saw the dog communicate with me. Like, for real, saw the dog say something to me. And Mel heard it. It was the funniest shit. The dog came over to me and was like whining. And I was like, hey, buddy, you ready to eat dinner? And I was like, yeah, you're ready to eat. And then I didn't like immediately get up. I just sat there.
We were talking like,
yeah, bullshitting.
yeah.
And I think I had something in my hand, like food or something.
The cookies.
And he looked at the cookie in my hand, and then he looked at the kitchen, and he looked at the cookie, and he looked at the kitchen like, food in there. Let's go, human. And Mel saw it. I said, did you see that shit? He just told me to go in the other room.
He looked at you, looked at the motion to the kitchen, and then looked at the plate and then motioned to you.
Yeah.
That's what he
really
did.
Hell yeah.
He was like,
holy shit.
Don't be bringing shit up if you ain't gonna attend to my needs.
it was the cutest, funniest thing and then the minute you got up, he got all like squirrely, like he was
the human figured it out. Yeah, man. We are just caretakers of our furry friends, man. He is
we're their pets.
When we come back from Dick's or wherever, I get shade from the dog for about 3 or 4 days of like, I'm glad you're home, but you do that shit again.
You left me.
I'm going to spite piss on your bed, which he hasn't done yet. He did that to Simon a couple of times.
Oh my God,
he did.
Anyway, so with all that being said, maybe we should do the business and get everybody to this conversation.
Some business?
Yeah.
Before we get to the business, I want to open this beautiful gift that we got in the mail.
Oh.
And I wanted to open it on air because it is from our wonderful longtime friend Matthew of Perpetual Groove and the whole band. So I want to say thank you to the band, Matthew. And thank you, Matthew, for sending us this literally.
You know they can't see it, right?
Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. Is there two?
There's two of them.
Okay. So it's Perpetual Groove's world famous finest quality, sweet oblivious antidote, an auditory elixir. 20-year aged concentrated compound. Okay, guys, this is
the 20th anniversary pressing of Sweet Oblivious Antidote, by the way.
So Mel, Aaron, and Apple, you now each have a proper copy of Sweet Oblivious Antidote.
Aww.
As always, thanks so much for all you give to the community and band and me. Hope you enjoy and that I get to see y'all real soon. NSR fam for life, Matt.
Oh, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt.
I mean, seriously, this is gorgeous.
That is. I like the instructions on the back.
This is one of my
directions and ingredients.
Directions and ingredients.
This is one of my top 10 favorite albums of all time, by the way.
So it says the directions are: place the album on the turntable, put the needle on the record, listen, repeat as necessary.
Yeah.
I am going to get to this as early as tomorrow, Matthew.
This is one of those albums that, like, I don't know if it's the first time I heard it was like an imprint or what, but the way the music sounds, like the tone of it, brings me back to sitting on the porch when we very first moved up here. And the feeling of the music reminds me of that time of like excitement and change. Newness when we first got here. And whenever I'm feeling cruddy or whatever, I put this on. And this album's dope. So thank you, Matthew, for that, man. And
also, I love the logo, the PG. I love that.
They're fucking amazing.
I know. I'm just saying it again.
All right. So,
and again,
are we doing?
Because they are.
Are we doing the business?
Now we're doing the business.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Follow No Simple Road at No Simple Road on the social media platforms. You know what they are. Go to the website, nosimpleroad.com. Bet you didn't see that one coming.
You can get your merch.
Mm-hmm. You can get it there. You can get a tarot reading from Mel and I. Matthew just got a tarot reading.
Ooh.
He's scheduled another one in a couple weeks. What else can they do? We have our calendar of events.
Yeah.
You can get tickets for Ophelia's. You can get tickets for
Cascade Equinox Festival,
which we are going to be doing a live podcast at and attending and hanging out at. And hey, go on Instagram or go to cascadeequinox.com and you will see the daily lineups are out. That, first of all, each day is a banger, but on the last day is Goose and damn it,
Pretty Lights.
Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you.
I liked it. Well, you're like, damn it.
I'm glad you saw it.
Yeah. I know what's going on.
But also Trevor Hall.
That is night one.
I am so excited to see Trevor Hall.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's going to be a hootenanny, man. And we are going to be there too. So come hang out with us. That is at nosimpleroad.com. Well, the festival is not
the
at
link.
No Simple Road, but
The link to the tickets.
That'd be weird if anyway, you get what I was saying.
Yeah.
Also, 971-808-1524 is our Tepid line. This is where you can call. You can leave a review. You can leave show ideas. You can leave recipes. You can also leave what these.
Yeah, we have several this week. And not from your usual
What
suspects.
up, No Simple Road family? It's your boy Eli Paul coming to you again.
Welcome, Eli.
Wanted to share in some more joy.
Yes.
This past Saturday, we had our show with Papadosio
What?
in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, about 40 minutes southeast of Nashville at a really adorable venue called Hop Springs. What the fuck can I even say?
Yeah.
For one, to get to open for your favorite band is a thrill and an honor and just an utter blessing in and of itself.
Hell
But
yeah.
after we played, some of the feedback we got from the audience and from the guys in Dozio was really deeply validating.
Aww.
And I'm still trying to put language to it. I'm still soaking in how it feels because there was a lot of emotion and just physiological elements to what we got to accomplish this weekend. And I just feel so good about the band's future. And I don't know, man. It's just fucking crazy how far I feel like Mind at Large has come even since 2020. And to have our art be validated and seen and loved by one of our biggest inspirations is just an absolutely magical feeling.
And you deserved it.
And I just had to pop in and share that. Because goddamn it. I feel so blessed
Hell
and
yeah,
wildly
man.
fulfilled. And the rest of the band got a lot of really awesome feedback that was very personal to them. And it was just the kind of night where the deepest validation is set in stone and the future becomes a little more clear. And now I'm back at work feeling like an absolute phony
Aww.
for even having a day job. I know y'all know how that is.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
But,
man.
Yeah, next stop for us is Hookahville at Legend Valley. And I love y'all, and just had to pop in and share in some joy because I know my last call was a little bit more somber. So here's a little more upbeat one. So I love you guys, and we'll talk soon. Bye bye.
Love you, Eli.
We'll take all of it.
Eli, to you and the whole band, man.
I'll
you guys
take somber.
deserve it.
I'll take happy. I'll take middle of the road. I'll take all of it. But this is really special, Eli. We know not exactly how you feel, but we definitely understand that achieving something so great and just being so happy and not really able to put words to it. I think we felt like that this weekend.
Yeah, we had one of those weekends in our own way.
And for you to be able to double down on that feeling by playing with your favorite band.
I can't even imagine.
That is like,
that's amazing. That's beyond
that's
amazing.
like a cherry on top of the cherry. Like, I don't even know what to say, man. I'm just so grateful that you took the time to call in and share that.
And that's the dopest thing when you were speechless. That's when it is really
it's
special when you can't make the human words to convey it.
It was good.
What an amazing feeling.
And I'm looking right now, I just pulled it up at the Mind at Large Instagram and see that we're still reeling from our Tennessee debut. Playing at Hot Springs with Papadosio was such a treat. Wow.
Congratulations, brother.
And to you and the whole band.
And you know what? All three of us this week went back to work after a mountaintop weekend, and all three of us said the same thing that you said. We all felt weird about being at work this week.
It was, I think for me, less weird, more harder than usual. I usually do feel weird when I go back, but I didn't feel as weird as I felt like, it was just a walk through quicksand, I really wanted to, I wanted to stay in that sublime feeling that I felt over the weekend.
It's a fun zone.
Yeah. We're working on it. We're going to get there together.
We all are.
Eli, and just know that you wouldn't be there if you didn't earn it.
Yep.
And if you weren't supposed to be there, you wouldn't be. And we send you all the love and congratulations. And thank you for calling and sharing that with us. And we got one more.
Do we need an applause for Eli?
Hello, Simple Road family. What's up? Johnny B from the DE, the first state and not the last state. I was calling because I just finished the side road with David, and it was freaking awesome because I was really glad to hear all that information. And I just wanted to say, David, I agree with you and feel a lot of the things you say. So I appreciate you doing that.
Aww.
I appreciate you calling. Definitely see the Goose Show in September, man.
Yep.
And yeah, half the bands I like, the first time I heard them or try to listen to them, I can't get into them at all. But after I see basically 95% of the bands I like right now, it's the most amazing thing ever in person.
Yep.
And I told Corey about that, about some Widespread Panic, and I can send you some other cool Crazy Fish stuff because the rabbit hole just doesn't really stop. Kind of like the No Simple Road rabbit hole with this and all the episodes and everything else. So I just want to say that, David, keep it up. Love you, man. Love hearing from the other side of the country and what the old episodes mean to you because I started at number 1 and binged all the way through. So I love every single No Simple Road equally in its own awesome and magical and fun way.
Yes.
All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Damn, John B.
We love you,
Thanks
John.
for not leaving that last part, that fun, because that's what we be about, Johnny B. You know it.
Yeah, man. Love you, John. We miss you.
I do miss you.
Hopefully we see you at Dick's.
Yeah.
That would be dope if you showed up there. We would be really stoked to see your
I'm
face.
missing some dance time with you, John. You're so fun to dance with.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Apple's actually going to Dick's this year. So
What?
Come on.
Actually, Apple's coming.
Anyway, that is the Tepid line, everybody. And you too can call in at 971-808-1524 and have your voice be heard by these three people that are sitting right here and a whole bunch of other people that listen to the show.
Yeah, if that's your sort of thing.
And by yourself. You get to hear yourself.
You want to talk to yourself? Call in.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's that's not it. I have one more really important thing to tell you, or a couple more really important things to tell you about. Go to patreon.com/No Simple Road.
Patreon.
There has been some financial things happen in the No Simple Road world in the past day or two, and we could really use the assistance with you signing up on Patreon. It's not like we're not giving you nothing for it. You're getting all kinds of extra content. You're getting ad-free early entry into all the episodes. You're getting an entire second podcast that's being produced called Side Roads with producer Corey. You're getting polls. You're getting interaction with the No Simple Road family. If you are a listener of No Simple Road every week, I am urging you, please go over to Patreon. I'm asking. This is the conductor sending out the distress call. Please go sign up on Patreon, everybody. Please. I'm asking, please. Patreon.com/No Simple Road.
So nice.
Anyway, then after you do that, or before you do that, or while you're doing
sometime around when you're doing that,
leave us a review on Apple Podcasts.
Yes.
We have not had one since May 13th.
Damn.
Now we're into August. And I was going to say, I assume that anybody that listens to us on Apple Podcasts has left a review, but I know that's not true.
Not true.
That's
Come
not
on.
true. Every single person. We've only had 300 people that have listened on Apple ever.
Not true. Please.
Not true.
Okay, we're asking for that
Our
too.
numbers say that's not true.
And then also go and tell somebody you love about the show.
That's right.
All right. So we are done
That's
with the
the
business.
best.
Go to Patreon, sign up.
Patreon.com.
And buy your tickets for Ophelia's. Go come see us at Cascade, and we are going to get you to the interview now. So without further ado, the No Simple Road crew gives you
Nick Gerlach.
Hello.
You're on mute, buddy.
Oh, my bad.
You're good to
There
go
you
now.
are.
You're good to go now.
You know,
How
it's
you guys doing?
good, man. It's the perfect beginning to this. I
crap.
just watched a girl put out a candle with a fart. So here we go.
You put out wait. You watched her what?
She blew out a
She
candle.
blew out a candle with a fart.
And it didn't light her
Oh my
fart?
God.
No, it
No,
didn't.
it
It just went out.
Wow.
That's some Frasco content right there.
Nick,
We'll
what's up,
Pass it
man?
on. We'll pass it on.
You guys have a cool looking studio.
Thanks, man.
It's very purple.
It is.
Yes.
We're feeling purpley today.
We've got that seventh chakra going on, dude,
Where are you guys at?
Portland.
in our studio.
I mean, are you in San Francisco?
No, we're in Portland, Oregon.
Portland. Okay, I knew you were up there somewhere. That's cool.
Yeah,
Come
man.
visit.
Oh yeah. Are we already recording?
Sure.
Maybe.
Yes. He's always
I
recording.
mean, I don't care.
I don't either.
It's fine with me.
So wait a minute,
Well,
man.
wait a minute, Nick.
Let's-
Welcome to
yeah,
No Simple Road.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Hi, everybody.
Who is Nick? Because we know Nick, but
are
like
Nick?
people are gonna be like, who the hell is Nick? What's going on?
I actually I don't think I've met any of you in real life.
We have not.
I'm Aaron.
Aaron,
I'm Apple.
And Mel.
Apple, and Mel.
Yes.
Yes.
As in Melanie.
As
As in
in
Melanie.
Melanie.
That's my cousin's name. I like that name.
Thanks.
It's a good name.
It's a good cousin.
I only have two cousins.
Oh wow. So that's good that you like her. At
So
least one.
yeah. She's all right.
Yeah.
She cool. She cool.
Nick
She likes
is.
the wrong kind of country music, but she's all right.
Wait.
No, introduce Nick, then we'll get into the country music.
Nick is
Yeah.
the co-host of Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast, and also a musician,
A cult leader.
and
I'm trying to be.
trivia
Hard to
host.
get.
Yeah, what else,
Am I
Nick?
missing
What are we
anything?
missing, Nick? Give us your
That's
bio.
pretty much.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all of it. I'm also a dog dad.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
The dog. What's the dog's name?
Denzel.
Denzel. Okay.
Denzel,
Of course, it is.
yeah.
That's exactly what the dog's name
We
is.
didn't name him. We didn't name him. To be fair, he's adopted. He's a standard poodle.
Oh,
He's a big fella. Yeah,
All right.
but it's a cool name. Yeah.
And I like that he's a standard poodle. I saw it on the Instagram. You're like, this is not some mix of something. This is a
It's not
real.
cut.
Yeah, it's not cut.
It's not
Stepped
stepped on. If you know your drug references.
Yeah.
You know?
No, what does that mean? I've never heard
Which I'm
that.
sure this podcast might know a few drug references.
What are drugs?
I've never heard of that shit.
as in prescription?
Drugs?
Yes, Mel.
Oh, okay.
Like an aspirin.
Got it, Apple. Thanks.
Yeah.
Nick, man, welcome. I feel like we're
I'm
brothers
happy to be here.
of sorts since you hang out with Andy, and we've had the pleasure of having him here at the house and on the show a couple of times. And let's just get it out of the way up front, and then we could talk about the cult. We are performing together,
We are. I'm excited about that.
dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so fun. August Help me out, guys.
30th. Wednesday,
30th.
August
It's a
30th.
Wednesday.
Yeah, the day before Fish Sticks at Ophelia's
Fish.
Electric Soapbox in Denver, Colorado. You can go to nosimpleroad.com and get tickets now. I'm sure you can go to Andy Frasco's stuff and get tickets as well.
Oh yeah, I think they're already moving, so I would hurry up.
Yeah, I actually did a little poking around the other day, and they are moving. So
They're good. I think it's getting close, so I wouldn't wait another month.
Why do you think these tickets are moving, Nick?
Because of me.
Okay.
People want to
Good
see me.
answer.
I agree.
Yes.
You are the
Why would I
Denver
s-
staple.
Yeah, even though I've only lived here for like 6 years, I'm a Denver staple. You only have to live here for 3 years to be a native. That's the rule. And then you can get the bumper sticker.
I guess then we're Portland natives now.
Yeah.
We are.
I was gonna say Portland kind of has a similar vibe with
Yes,
that.
it
I
does.
think like no one's from there.
No.
Not
Really?
anymore.
Mm-mm.
No.
Are any of you actually from there?
No.
No.
Where are you guys? Where are you guys from?
I grew up in California and LA, and then moved to Vegas and lived there for 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're not trustworthy at all.
No, I'm shady as fuck.
And
Where you
likewise, I was born in LA and moved to Vegas when I was 5 and lived there
Whoa.
most of my life. Tried to move away many times, but ended up back home
Little
until
kid with
moving
this
here.
little suitcase on the side of the road with the stem out.
A little stick with the knapsack at the end
I'm
of
going to Vegas, bitches.
it. What about you?
I was born in the Bronx and moved to Vegas.
Oh.
So I'm the most
are you guys-
trustworthy of all.
So you're all Vegas people. Is that
That's
where you
right.
met?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
fair.
okay.
So Mel and I have been married for
Oh, you're married. That's how you know each other.
25
Yeah,
years.
we just know each other.
Yeah, we
we
just know each
have
other.
kids in common and stuff, but that's it.
And Apple and I
We
have been
met-
friends since he
We
was.
met at our wedding.
Yeah, right. He was
That's funny, Nick, because it's kind of
kind
true.
of true, actually. Apple and I met. He was 14. I was 12. We've been friends for like 40 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, they've got a way deeper history and more inspirational
They're way more in
relationship
love
than
than
we
you
do.
guys are.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've dated on and off, and
My platonic life
until they
partner.
got married.
Yep.
They still kiss with tongue.
Ew, gross.
I just ignore it. It's fine.
I don't even know. I'm all uncomfortable now. I feel my ears are
You're the
hot.
one who's doing it. You shouldn't feel
Stop touching
uncomfortable.
me.
It's okay, honey. Don't worry about. Oh,
You know what? If there's anything I can do, it's make a marriage uncomfortable.
Well, thanks, Nick. I'm glad we had
Are
you
you
on.
married, Nick?
No, I have a 10-year girlfriend though.
Oh, she doesn't want to marry you then? No,
I'm not married, but like probably not.
Fuck, Mel.
wow.
I'm sorry, Nick. I see how Andy treats
No,
you,
I
and I
like
just
that.
feel really comfortable giving
Go
you.
ahead. No, I prefer that. No, I mean, I think she's waiting for the podcast to get 1 or 2 more sponsors.
There you go.
Me too, dude. I'm waiting for our
Yeah.
podcast to get one or two
shit.
more. Oh man.
Then you guys
Okay,
got to renew
yeah,
your vows.
I'm going to
or-
pretend to be serious though, because I
Uh-oh.
really am curious of how you and Andy started your relationship.
Okay, so that's actually not that good of a story, but I'll tell it anyway. No, I'm just kidding. So he had the podcast for a while, already. Like I didn't start day one. So basically, he had the podcast. It was pandemic. We have a ton of mutual friends, and he was kind of in the market for a co-host, if you know what I mean. Like he didn't have a regular co-host. And do you know who Jeremy Salkin is?
No.
He's the drummer in this band, Big Gigantic. They're like
Oh, okay.
electronic.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're a pretty big deal if you're into that world. Him and Andy are pretty good friends, and I'm pretty good friends with him just because I kind of come from the electronic scene, weirdly, even though I'm a horn player. And he was looking for a guy, and he's like, Jeremy kind of recommended me, and I came over one day, and we did a 10-minute closing. So at first, I was only on the closing of the podcast for a while. This was like in the heart of the pandemic. Like I probably shouldn't even really been going over to his house, but who cares? I don't have kids. I'm not gonna get any. I'm not gonna get anybody sick. I'm not around old people or kids.
Just got yourself canceled. Keep going.
Yeah. So I went over there, and it just kind of started going well, and I just kept coming over, and then we did this like TV show thing, where I helped him write some sketches, and it just kept going, and the people that listen to podcasts, I guess, liked it, and then it got moved to the top, and now we kind of do the interviews together sometimes too. Unless it's like a serious, there's some interviews I don't want to be on because he's just such a good interviewer that I don't, I'm not always necessary, but I do like doing the interviews too. So basically it was kind of, we met through working. It wasn't like we weren't like music friends at all. Weirdly, I think one time, like 7 or 8 years ago, his band opened for my old band in Cincinnati. That's basically the only way I really knew him, through music.
Wow.
So we kind of met through mutual friends.
Doing the podcast together is I would imagine, like a really great way to get to know each other quickly.
Yeah. I would argue that the fact that we didn't really know each other before we started doing the pod regularly is sort of a benefit.
Yeah.
Because there's like like when you hear an interview, you know how like if someone's friends, if the interviewer and the interviewee are friends, it's still good. But like, I think the best interviews are when they don't kind of know each other that well. And they're sort of, you're getting to know, they ask better questions, because they don't already know the answer, or they'll ask something you would be thinking because they're thinking the same way you are. Right. I think that's sort of
I agree. I agree with you though about the interview thing. Yeah. Like when people know each other, there's like a shorthand that's there. And
it can be bad.
Yeah. Yep.
It can be bad. It can be good too. If you're funny, but like if you're having, so if you're like goofing around, but that's not always the case.
If you're trying to be serious and it's tough.
You're just like, oh, you skipped over college. I wanted to hear about college. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying we're not funny. We're just like dry as toast. Like, it's sad.
I don't know that No Simple Road is known as funny though. No. I don't think that's
Are you?
No, we can.
Everybody doesn't need to be funny.
Mm-mm.
No,
we got some humor.
Yeah, we have.
I don't know that we're like a comedy podcast. You know what I mean? But I think we are. I think we're pretty funny.
I would say you're a sarcastic podcast for sure.
Yeah. I think we're like funny for musicians. You know what I mean? What a
cool job though, man. Like
it's a fun job. Something to keeps me occupied.
And dealing with like the world of Frasco is a thing, I'm sure.
Yeah, I like his fans. I also toured with him like during the pandemic. I opened his old tour. And that was a pretty interesting experience. But his fans are great, man. Like the whole Frasco universe is pretty cool because it's sort of jam band adjacent. It's not a full-on jam band crowd, so it's kind of more diverse. Not like racially, but like just age-wise and stuff. Like all different kinds of people there.
For sure.
I'm not saying it's not diverse. I'm just saying like the jam band scene has its own diversity too.
Yeah.
But like the ages are different. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. Like there'll be like 70-year-old, 6 people in their 60s there. Then like also like 12-year-old boys fucking love Andy Frasco, dude. He could be, if 12-year-old boys could vote, he would be the president of the United States.
What?
Okay, here's
that's so inappropriate for them to like his shit.
It is, but is it like if you think about, because the message is pretty appropriate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure some of the content can be over the line, but is it any more over the line than anything else they can
No, definitely not.
I mean, I don't have kids, so I'm not speaking for that. Like, but I mean, like I would be if I had a 12-year-old boy. So once again, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but
keep going, man.
That doesn't stop me from talking about it. Like there are good things about his message that you wouldn't want your kid. You get like he's a hard worker. He's positive. He looks for the good and stuff like that. That's a good message, I think, for kids. Also he's just a wild man, and like they're attracted to that.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. And you know what? Like being honest about yourself, being a hard worker, loving your life, that kind of stuff. That message
having
going out there.
Struggle.
That's shit.
And he's a sports fanatic. That's also a cool thing.
Yeah, we also kind of get along with that. We're both way into the NBA. We're both NBA junkies.
So do you know about the Big Three?
The 3-on-3 league?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about it?
Like, is like Ice Cube's league?
Yeah, he owns like a 3-on-3 basketball league. It's like all kinds of like half-retired pros. Sort of.
Are you into that at all?
I'm not as into that as the NBA, no. But I like college basketball.
Okay.
Nick, are you a Lakers fan too?
No. I grew up in the Midwest. I'm a Cleveland fan, but I grew up in Indiana.
Oh, so you and Andy probably just go kill each other.
Yeah, but I love LeBron because the Cleveland thing. So right now we're getting along.
Okay. All right.
Right now we're getting
for the moment. We'll see.
Yeah.
One of the things that really, like, when we first met Frasco that impressed me about him was his work ethic and what a like workaholic he is. And I've always wondered, like, for you, man, were you like that too before?
I don't think I was as intense about it as Andy, but I think he has like, I don't know. It's a different kind of work. Like, I've definitely practiced my instrument 8 hours a day for like 4 or 5. It's just like a different kind of, you know what I mean? Like marketing yourself and practicing an instrument are two different things, but you could argue that it's the same amount of work, but it's just a different thing, Yeah. So it's hard to really compare. But he's definitely more concerned with like, and he should be, because his like goals reflect this, are like to market it. He's like the hardest working marketer of any person I work with.
It's nuts.
Or no. Yeah.
Has that rubbed off on you?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's been a good example for me to like, especially with the new trivia thing and stuff. It does help me to be more out there because I realize, look, I'll never be as annoying as this guy online. You know what I mean? So like, no matter what I do,
he set the bar really high.
I do think a lot of musicians sort of like stop themselves from being that way. Comedians are great at it. Comedians are like excellent right now at marketing themselves. You know what I mean?
Right. And
I think that a lot of musicians, especially jam band musicians, they sort of have this thing where they don't. It's almost like not cool to market yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to really put into words what it is, but it's like not cool, or it's not. You know what I mean? They want to be all about the music, but it's like, I don't know. You kind of have to do that, especially now, unless you're like Jen Hartzwick. You got to be like a genius basically to not have to like push yourself really hard.
But even as somebody as incredible as Jen Hartzwick, she's got to tell people she's going to be at, I don't know, Ardmore Music, whatever, like you got to do that. How do you feel like, how do you do that authentically? I think, it's like impossible to answer, right? I think it's like you just do it authentically. Like I do a bunch of videos where I just like look at the camera and talk, which I don't think would work for a lot of people because they're like, I think the best way to do it actually is just to use the first or second video you make too. Like don't edit it.
Really?
Yeah.
Unless you say, I think it's like and I think that carries over into music. Like they always say, like the first take's sometimes, usually the best take. I think it's kind of true with anything. Also, another thing with musicians where they don't want to market themselves is I think they think that they're annoying people, but you have to realize, I think one thing that helped me is I realized no one's really thinking about you as much as they're thinking about themselves. And if they're starting to get annoyed with your social media, they can just like block you or whatever. But that actually kind of means you're doing your job if you're getting annoying because they're seeing it.
You know what though? As a music fan, I think that people want to see into the lives of the people that they dig and are up on. And so I don't think
Mark Brownstein.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think
I think he's annoyed. Like Mark Brownstein's a perfect example, I think, of like, it's kind of on the Frasco wavelength with like vulnerability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just, he's also very positive. It's a little different because he's like more of a jam band guy. So like, there's more talk about like, what set lists they did, stuff like that.
Right.
But I think that he's a great example of a guy that is sort of, his fans love him, but they also see his faults, but that's kind of why they love him too, And Disco Biscuits fans are so funny and like down to earth that I think it works.
We just went to our very first Disco Biscuits show last weekend, and Biscuits fans like to party. That's for sure.
I love the Biscuits. It's weird because everyone expects me to not like them because it's like not cool to like, I guess. Because they're not, you know what I mean? They're not like fucking Yes or whatever.
Yeah, it's not like Fish.
Like there's a notion that they're not like some great band. It's like, well, then why did 2,000 people buy tickets to see them?
No shit. Why do they have their own festival and do their thing all across the country?
And it's like maybe some jam bands could learn a thing or two from them about just like throwing a party and it's fun and it's like dance music too.
No shit.
Yeah, they blew our doors off. That was amazing to finally see them.
Well,
and the crowd was like 100% there.
So is it appropriate to call them a jam band? Because they're definitely like partyish and they're...
Oh, they are a jam band.
Dance music.
Okay. That's what I mean, like dancey music.
But but I think they're a jam band for a couple of reasons. Number one, the set list is different all the time, right?
Okay.
They're culturally a jam band, and that I mean people will fly across the country to see them. The same person will see them 10 times in a 15-night run, right?
Yep.
That's pretty jam bandy.
Yeah, for sure.
They have a rock opera. That's like something Phish would do, right?
Yeah.
Their lyrics are kind of, you know what I mean? They got jam band lyrics.
Oh yeah.
And they have they'll play a song for 20, 30 minutes. That's jam band.
Okay, so all those things is that like if I were to say, so Nick, what's a jam band? those are the kind of criteria.
That's the qualifications.
I think those are qualifications. I think that there's like the jam band thing is so hard, right? Because like, okay, clearly you could argue that Phish is actually the first jam band, right? Like people would say Grateful Dead, but in a way, the Grateful Dead are like something else to me, like bigger. You know what I mean? They're more in the mainstream.
You think that it's a different thing? The Dead, really?
In a way, I think it's like almost like too pervasive to be a jam band in a way. But of course, they are a jam band because like the whole business model of all the popular and successful jam bands definitely come from that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if there's no, like it's called Shakedown Street. It's not called What You Enjoy Myself Avenue.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but I'm just talking about like the music is so much more in the mainstream culture and stuff like that. And I'm saying this more as a compliment to the Grateful Dead. It's
no,
I
like get it. I totally get where you're coming from. Yeah,
like, I think they're like bigger than that in a way. Cause like there is a cultural thing of the jam band too, where it's like sort of like, nerdy kids that like fusion, but they also like drugs. You know what I'm saying?
And prog. Yeah, totally.
And prog. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you know, I sort of have a notion just from like joking around in the podcast. I'm not liking this stuff, but I actually am a fan. I mean, the Grateful Dead, I really like. I've met a few of them. I played on Mickey Hart's, like, you know how he does solo records?
Yeah.
Yes.
I played on the one from like 2 times ago. You know what I mean? I've played with Phil Lesh a couple times. Like, and so like they're cool dudes, and I like playing with them. It's just I'm not like obsessed with them, and it's also fun to make fun of.
Fuck yeah, it is. As a fan, it's fun to make fun of. It's
hilarious, like,
dude.
It's also if I didn't like it, how come I'm kind of good at making fun of it? The call for it to be funny, the call has to come from inside the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
No shit, for sure. Yeah, and what other thing besides sports are people like nerding out on stats? And you know,
exactly,
this song was played 17 years ago at this venue.
Yeah.
But it was only 4 minutes long, and you know what I mean? Like that, nobody does that anywhere else. That's happening.
That's literally baseball. That's literally fantasy baseball.
Really?
And that's like whatever, like there's like a big subset of jam, like the nerdy thing where like they kind of don't like sports. It's like, well, you are sports. Like you cannot make fun of sports fans. You have a set list counter. You like have fantasy Phish tour. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Phish bingo.
I kind of like that. So are you guys like more Phish people or more Grateful Dead people?
So
I mean, everyone's gonna have a different answer for that.
I'll answer for myself only in this. I grew up a Deadhead. I went to my first show in 1989. It was one of the most transformational, mind-bending, most terrifying, fun nights of my life, and it changed who I am forever.
That was like a dope era to see them, right? Like,
fuck yeah, dude. Brent was on fire. Jerry was clean. Like all the cylinders were firing, and every show was hot. But like, over the years, I have grown to love more than just the Grateful Dead, and now that Phish is so pervasive and touring so much and doing so much amazing shit, I am more interested in what Phish is doing lately.
Right.
I'll say that.
Because they're like more relevant.
Yeah.
You know, the Grateful Dead, like, you know, this is going to sound meaner than I want to, but they're sort of a nostalgia act at this point, right?
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's not mean. Like, it's good. Like, that means you're famous enough to be a nostalgia act.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do.
Well, they're not a nostalgia act playing bars in Ohio. They're a nostalgia act selling out football stadiums.
60,000 people at a stadium. Yeah.
Right. So there's a difference. Like they're in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean?
Hell
so it is. But Phish, it's like still, even Phish though, are they really putting out records?
I think they're getting ready to put a record out. The last record they put out was Sigma Oasis, and it was like 2 years ago. So yeah, they're still putting shit out.
Yeah. So that makes sense. And also their jams are just like they're trying new shit live. It's not like they're still going for it. Like Grateful Dead, you could argue is like not really like, you know, they're not like pushing the envelope as far as their improv, which is fine. I'm not like you don't go to Grateful Dead you want to see the Grateful Dead, like you want to go, it's like church or some shit. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it's like, for sure.
Yeah, you want to hear the Hail Mary and the Our Father, and you want to get communion, and then you want to get something to eat after, you know?
Yeah, good, very good description.
You fucking nailed it, man. Yeah. That's dope right there.
Yeah. Oh gosh, for me, that's not what I want in a concert. Or I'm definitely more active. I want to fucking dance. I want to explore. I love Phish. I love going to see them, but I I just want something that's going to make me move my ass. That's why Disco Biscuits was dope. Lettuce is dope. Yeah, all of that. That's one of the reasons why I love Frasco, because he's all over the place, you know?
Yeah.
And I just really like music to make me move. I don't care who's making it. And that's why
that's fair.
The Grateful, or I should say Dead and Company, because it's so predictable, it's really not my bag, you know?
I mean,
nothing against what they're doing. It's just like, that's not what I want to do. I want to freaking tear it up on the dance floor.
Yeah, no one goes to the Grateful Dead really to dance, right? Like, I wouldn't think that.
Yeah,
I mean, they can say that. They can say they are.
Toe tap.
Well, they say they are. But then you look at the video and they're just spinning in a circle on acid, which is fine.
That's so much fun.
Exactly.
That's nostalgia. That's like nostalgia dance.
Shit right there.
Let's not call it dancing, though.
Okay. That's spinning in a circle on acid. You're true. Apple, are you more?
That's like nostalgia dance.
Are you more Grateful Dead or Phish, Apple?
Definitely more Phish, because I mean,
that's
true.
They're still bringing it, and it's one of the biggest. They've taken over like the greatest party on earth. You know, every time we go see them, it is. Phish fans are insane. It is so fun. The music is always like relevant and new. They're adding new Trey songs in all the time now.
That's why they have 20-year-old fans.
Yeah.
And they're mixing it up too. It used to be, now for a few tours, it used to be like, oh shit, they played a Yim. We're not going to get one. Now they're making that interesting. They'll do a Yim, and then 3 days later throw another Yim in. They're making it harder to call the sets and stuff, and keeping it interesting.
Nick, there was an episode you and Andy were talking about that he wasn't a real Wook because he hasn't even seen Phish. Do you remember
there's something to that, right?
Right, absolutely. And so I want to.
He's still a Wook. He's just that
dude,
gross.
all you got to see is his feet, and he's a Wook.
He is a Wook.
Yeah,
that's
he's strong enough in the other categories that you kind of still have to give it to him. But that is a rite of passage. You know what I mean?
Are we planning on doing a Phish show together?
I'm going to go to Dick's. I've only been to 2 or 3 ever, but I've listened to them a ton.
All right.
Well, the problem for me is I've been a working musician for like 20 years, so it's like hard to go to concerts.
I get it.
Because you're working.
When you're playing.
Okay.
So
exactly. But I do like them. I used to listen to their live shows a lot.
So we're going to get to experience a Phish show together, man. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Do they still play Divided Sky?
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite one.
So what's up with your musical beginnings and journey? Let's hear about that, because you mentioned that you were like EDM and your sax, and you got like, that's a whole different
world that we haven't talked about.
Yeah, so I grew up in Indiana. I went to high school there. I played in the band, and then I went to college. So then I was in Indianapolis after college playing sax, and I kind of joined up with this like fusion-y funk jam band called the Twin Cats, and we were pretty regional. And I played there with them until like 2009, 2010, right? And we were doing cool shit. We were like working on ESPN a ton and stuff like that. But then I started
doing
making
what on ESPN. Doing what?
We were like the house band for Sports Nation for a month one time.
Shit. That's cool.
Yeah, during Super Bowl week, we did stuff like that. And we played a lot of like summer camp type festivals. We never really got out west, but we played like all throughout the Northeast and Indiana and stuff. We kind of came up with that band Papadozio. You remember them?
Yeah.
Or do you know them? They're still a really good band, actually. There was other bands in that scene. There was a band called UV Hippo that was pretty big with a Groovatron. Anyway, so then I started making computer music with this guy, Dave Embry, and we started this band called Cosby Sweater. And that took off. I know. Well, it was great at first. It was a really good name. It did really well for us. So we climbed the ladder pretty quick, and we were like playing the big festivals within our first year and stuff. And then Cosby got in trouble, right? So we had to change our name.
Yeah, you did.
And to Turtle Suit, and that kind of ruined everything for us. You can't really change your name as a band. It's kind of a death knell.
Yep.
And then so after that, I was like, "Fuck this! I'm out of here. I'm out of Indie. I'm done."
You should have just added an R to the Cosby, like Crosby Sweater.
I know. We could have handled it better, but also he could have not raped like 30 women.
That's true. Yeah.
Everybody could have did something different.
Pressure's on him.
Yeah. Like we all made mistakes, Bill Cosby. Anyway, then I moved to Denver. And I sort of became more of a freelance guy. So I MD for a couple guys. Like, have you heard of Michael Menert? He's an electronic guy. I worked with him a time when I first moved there. That's kind of how I met Mickey Hart. He was the drums and space guy for Dead and Co. for like a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
So like he'd be off the side like running Mickey's rig, but you can only work for Mickey Hart for so long. I don't know if you know any stories about him.
I would love to hear some.
Yeah, he's just, it's a lot. I can't tell other people's stories for them. So I just been like a freelance gigging sort of saxophone guy and producer for people sort of behind the scenes more, but I do a ton of gigs around Denver and I still travel and do festivals. And I have like solo music I do, not to the level of Andy or anything, obviously, but I'm getting a new organ trio together called the Coltet. I've been starting to do shows with that. So Neil Evans from Dopapod is in it with me. You know him?
We were actually listening to the Coltet this morning.
Yeah, it's fun. And then I just have a couple working players I use. But Neil's, have you guys ever checked out Dopapod much?
No,
Yes,
I haven't. I haven't.
I feel like you would really like that. They kind of come out of like the Phish thing a little bit, but it's like more, a little weirder. It's like Danny Elfman mixed with Phish. Yeah, mixed with like a hard rock,
That's
like
quite the journey, man. I mean,
so I've been doing a ton of shit for a long time, basically, is what it comes down to.
What possesses you to play your horn 8 hours a day?
Well, I don't do that anymore, but when I was really trying to get good, I don't know, man. It's like I never was like a great athlete, but I feel like there's like a runner's high aspect to it. Once you're like an hour and a half into shedding, it's just like you sort of get high off it because you're just like so locked and it feels just good. Playing the saxophone feels amazing.
Yeah.
Like vibrates and it sounds good. And another thing was I really got into practicing again over the pandemic. Actually, it was a very good mental health exercise for me. It's like, I would rent out this space near me for like $20 a day and just go there for 5 hours, take a lunch with me and just like put on some tunes and just shed. That was pretty good. Also, everyone's so fucking good in Denver. If you're not shedding all the time, you're not going to be working.
You're not going to work, yeah.
There's a lot of good musicians here, man.
Man, the music scene in Denver is
hopping
like no place else, dude.
I think it's the best. People call Austin, Texas, the live music capital of the world, and I couldn't disagree more. I think it's Denver, Colorado.
Yeah,
if you just look at the numbers,
and look at the amount of bands that are coming through the city to play. Everybody plays,
and how many
Denver.
people live there too. There's so many musicians that are high end that live in Denver.
Yeah, like half of Lettuce lives here. Tons of guys. All the electronic scene's like loaded here. And the thing is, like, everybody comes here and plays, and everyone who plays here sells like 30% more tickets, at least more than they do in every other market.
Wow,
it's just insane because it's not that big of a city. It's not New York or LA or Houston or it's like 2 million people, maybe. It's just like it's crazy the concentration of people who are willing to spend $50 or whatever and go out and see some shit,
And here's the other thing too, is you may not know this living there, but like living in the Pacific Northwest and knowing the up and coming bands that are up here, like making it to Denver and playing shows there is like a feather in the cap now. Like, we made it. Yeah, we made it to the Denver market and we've done it. You know what I mean? Like it's that. It's that cool.
I get that. And I remember that from when I lived in Indy. When we finally played Denver, it was like a big deal.
It's the only other place that I could think of that we would want to ever.
Yeah, we've talked about that. And the other thing too is it's a great meeting place for everybody. It's the middle of the country. It's like everybody can come from everywhere. It's like a fair place to meet, and they got
2-hour
some dope
flight,
venues.
Yeah, 2-hour flight. I love it.
So many venues. Portland's cool though. I've only been there a few times. I played in Mississippi Studios.
Okay, it's a cute little spot.
Portland's dope. It's
got better food than Denver.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. Denver's not really known for having great food.
You got.
But I think we have
other than edible beets.
Yeah, you got Ophelia's and Root Down in L5 and all that shit.
But I'd say like the really good shit is good here, but like
variety.
The medium stuff, like your Asian food there is actually it's okay here, but the Mexican food's killing here. The pizza's kind of whack. I heard that's because of the altitude though. They can't like bake. I don't know. But yeah, like there are some great restaurants here, of course, but I think like pound for pound, like the food truck scene in Portland is wild.
Banging.
Oh yeah, it's some of the best food up here.
Yeah, man.
And I love that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And it's affordable and it's fresh and
I would love to hear a little bit about the cult, dude. I want because we're all trying to start a cult I mean, let's be
exactly.
honest.
That's kind of how it started. I sort of had that like a realization when I was talking to Andy. I was like, dude, all these people are doing, even Andy, every DJ, comedians. It's all just like, so monoculture's dead. Like people aren't famous like they were in 1987. You know what I mean? Like Michael. Like I saw some girl post on TikTok the other day that Taylor Swift is more popular than Michael Jackson was, so to speak. It's like, no, that's impossible. There are kids in African villages doing the Thriller dance. Like no one will ever be as famous as the guys during the 80s, you know, because like everything was so funneled through one platform. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, and I think there's actually some good things about that too. But so now
like
everything is like siloed off. I think that like, with that, like, you know, the truly famous people then were all pretty talented. Like Michael Jackson is incredibly talented. You know what I'm saying? But I think that the benefits of the way it goes now are still more and better. Like everything's siloed off, right? Everybody has their own little group. No one's ever going to be as rich as anyone ever was, but there's definitely more people now that can make $75K a year doing music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like the
barrier to entry is less.
Yeah.
It's less. Yeah. You know, which is good because poor, talented people can now make music. Unfortunately, rich, untalented people can also make music. So,
and we do see
so that. Yeah. So like basically now you have to develop your own little, that's what Patreon is. That's what all these things are. Everybody's just subscribing to one little, their guy that they like attach themselves to. And that's why Andy's so great in this way, because he lets you see like his personal side, and you kind of have to do that now, which I think that the notion in the 80s, this is another thing that was better about monoculture, is you could like, you didn't have to tell, everyone didn't have to know every little detail about your personal life. You know what I mean?
Yep.
In the 80s when you're famous. In fact, I think the goal was to be as mysterious as possible.
Fuck yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you guys are old enough to remember this. So like now I think it's the opposite. I think mysterious people fall off.
Yeah, because what am I going to look at on social media?
They don't
You're
keep
too
the
mysterious. Like what, you walked out of a building, cool.
They don't keep the interest fresh.
Exactly. So, I mean, even Taylor Swift is like popular in that way, but you still know every guy she's ever dated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I think like everybody's just trying to start these cults now. So I kind of did it as a joke, and I named my website that, and I named my band that.
I love the rules. Rules. You nailed all the rules. Like
the rules are good.
I'm down with all of it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I like
People are in.
I like being that you can come and go as you please,
But don't make a big deal of it, nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty open cult. Like it's a pretty chill cult. That's cult skill.
That's a definitely different rule for a cult, it being very open.
Yeah. I want to be like, well, you know, I want the barrier to entry to be easy.
Yeah.
Well, I like that you can tithe if you want, but you don't have to tithe. But if you want to tithe, you can tithe.
Just give me money if you want. It's cool.
I like words, as you can tell.
We've joked around about like the whole starting a cult thing, and I think you're 100% on point, man. It's like,
it's what it is.
It doesn't have to have a negative connotation. Let's take the word back. How about that? Let's take it back and make being in a cult fun.
Well, yeah, because
make being in a cult great again.
Yes,
exactly.
You just got canceled, babe.
I did. Shit, I knew it was going to happen.
That's okay. That's okay.
You want to get canceled now? Jason Aldean is the #1 pick. He got canceled.
Didn't Jonah Hill just get canceled too?
I don't think he got canceled that hard. I think it was more like
it was a soft cancel, a light
I
dusting
think it was more like,
canceling.
look at this nerd. Well, that thing was weird because like, did you read any of the texts?
I read a little bit of the text.
I didn't.
They were bad. It wasn't anything like cancelable, but it's just more embarrassing for him, I think. Like he definitely had the ring of like a guy who's like not used to dating attractive women, who finally has an attractive woman, and now he has a precious toy and he doesn't want to let it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like the thing is that like, I don't know, man. I'm sure a lot of people out there that were making fun of him online has some texts they've sent to some exes that they wouldn't want online either. And
now you can get, so what we're seeing is you can just get canceled for being an asshole.
That's dumb.
No, I agree. That's stupid.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to affect his career. He's too good of an actor. You know what I mean?
Okay. If you were going to get canceled, Nick, what would it be for?
Oh shit.
Probably something I said that I didn't mean.
That's true.
Or like saying, I like to, say the opposite of what I think as a joke. It wouldn't be anything I do. I'm too lazy and I'm not aggressive enough. You know what I mean?
So you'd be canceled for a misunderstanding.
Holy shit.
Yes. I could easily get canceled for like a dumb misunderstanding.
I said it, but I didn't mean it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I think intent is important. Well, because satire's sort of dying, right? Like,
yes.
As much as the Republicans get shit for like, and they should, they are the actual cancel culture warriors right now. You know, now they're at the Barbie movie, the Ben Shapiro types. You know what I mean? Like the whole culture war shit. There is a thing with like the liberal side where they kind of are mad at comedians.
Oh yeah, comedy.
Oh my gosh!
Can you imagine?
Wait, I have to say this. I had a comedian come into work the other day, and I know he's a comedian because we talked about it. And he was like, "Oh, how's your comedy been?" He's like, "Man, it is hard here in Portland."
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.
I was trying.
Oh my God.
He's like, I was trying to make fun of the Barbie movie about the consumerism and like we don't need no more plastic in the ocean, and the community got mad at me because they were saying that this is their movie. How dare you make fun of it? And he's like, I'm trying to make fun of capitalism. What kind of community is capitalism? I don't.
Yeah, it's like part of being accepted in the society is like you got to get riffed on like the rest of us.
Wait a minute. There's a Barbie movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Aaron just woke
awesome.
up. He just woke up.
It looks amazing.
It does. I saw a long preview. I went and saw Asteroid City last week, and
was that good?
It was. If you like Wes Anderson, amazing.
I do. Yeah.
But the preview for it, I mean, it seems like it's really making fun of itself and the Barbie culture and everything. Margot Robbie, they're like all part, and she's like, "Has anybody ever thought about death?" And like, the whole thing changes, and it looks awesome.
I think Noah Baumbach wrote it and Greta Gerwig directed it, so it's definitely going to be like weird and funny. You don't like Wes Anderson?
He does.
I'm
does
sorry,
not
dude.
like it.
Yes, I know this is
that's fine.
Unpopular
you know,
opinion.
Andy's like obsessed with him, right?
I do. I don't fucking get it, man.
Our daughter's obsessed too. She loves him.
He likes Fantastic Mr. Fox, and beyond that,
what? Like you didn't like even what's the one with Ben, the family where they're the Ben Stiller
Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah, that I love that movie.
It's great.
You know what? For you, I'm gonna try again.
I can understand not liking every single. I don't think everything he's ever done is a masterpiece or anything, but you got to admit, like when you see a Wes Anderson movie, you immediately know Wes Anderson made this. Like he has his own.
That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a different
He's got
mindset.
his own signature.
It's everything about it.
I do like that. It's like what I like about like Trey Anastasio. It's like you can hear him play one note and you know it's him. That's how you know he's a great guitar player.
True.
Yeah.
And he's been like, I would say 90% of the jam bands out there that have guitars, like the rock side, like. They're just doing a Trey Anastasio like sort of impression with their own little choice.
Nick, why do you think Trey is so special?
I think a lot of it has to do with, well, first of all, I think he's probably just kind of like a musical genius, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, but like besides that, because there's a lot of geniuses that aren't special. I think his influences are different than a lot of guys he was coming up around. So like a lot of dudes came up being obsessed with Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix, like the blue stuff. I'm not saying he's not into that, but also I think there's like this thing with him. Like when I listen to his music, like Divided Sky, I think he was really into like classical composers too. From the way I hear him play, I could see him definitely being into Igor Stravinsky or sort of like Russian composers of the late 1800s, even like earlier than that. So I think that he has like sort of a. I don't know this for sure, but like,
you're right. You're right.
Okay, cool. So like. I think his influences are different, right? He's also way into gear.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Total gear nerd.
He has his own sound for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the biggest thing that sets him apart is he's not coming from like a bebop. He's not like a jazz blues guy doing the jam band thing. I think to me, when I hear him solo or even just like the melodies he writes, it sounds like he's almost coming from like classical composers and stuff.
Yep. He was a like huge Zappa classical composer.
Zappa
Hendrix.
But Zappa loves Zappa loves Stravinsky too. It's
Right.
so it's like the whole thing.
So what you're picking up on is that like it's not even singer-songwriter or bluesy at all. We're talking like heavily composed parts put together. And,
where it's like,
yeah.
Like who's another badass? Jimmy Herring, the guy from Widespread Panic.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I've been into him forever, even before he was in Panic. He definitely comes from like the jazz fusion thing, which is dope though. I mean, he's just so damn good at it. But like Trey is still more influential than he is, right? Even though he's probably just as good, maybe even a better guitar player than Transtasio, just in terms of like how good he is at doing what he wants to do on the guitar. You know what I mean? Like to me, like what makes someone good is like, can they do what they're trying to do? And he can do what he's trying to do as good as anybody that's ever played it. But like, there's not like a ton of guys out there trying to be Jimmy Herring, right?
No,
because it's not because there's, it's not a different thing like Trey was.
That's true.
There is.
So,
but I'm not like an expert on Phish. I'm just kind of like guessing.
No, but
you're guessing well.
First of all, that's not why we have you on the show, because you're an expert.
Everybody meet Nick Gerlach.
And second of all, we want to hear your opinions. That's why you're here.
I am a musician though, and that's just what I hear.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But you killed it. That was 100% on. But if you're not, if you yourself aren't 100% a jam band guy, what's your shit? What are you listening to when you got time to listen to music?
I really like I sort of think like 10% of everything is really good, right? So like I've been listening to this house DJ for the last couple of days. I really get into electronic music. Obviously, like I'm a jazz funk guy, but I like to go see jam bands. I don't really like to listen to them at home.
Okay,
if that makes
fair.
sense. Like
totally.
I think they're much better live.
Yeah.
For me to listen to music at home, the vocals have to be like incredible.
Yes.
And I just don't think a lot of jam bands don't have good vocals, but which is kind of part of the. But I don't go to a jam band show looking for good vocals.
No, you
know
don't.
What I'm saying?
If you do, you're going to be fucking sad.
And most of their lyrics are kind of whatever too. You know what I'm saying? So like, I actually prefer instrumental music. So like, I really like the instrumental. Am I hitting a chord here?
Yeah. Mel, you've killed Mel's opinion.
You're saying
100%.
everything that I exactly feel about jam bands. I love going to them, but I'm not trying to get like necessarily fed mentally from it. I want to move and groove and do my thing, and I want to hear you do drugs, have spin around, laugh, make network and stuff like that. But if I'm gonna listen to something in my car, I want to be like singing to it and like getting down on it. I don't want to listen to an 8-hour jam when I'm driving to like Target.
No. Let me push back on that though. A long jam. On Phish live show, there is an appropriate time for that, and it's on a long solo drive.
Yes.
That's different. I said I'm going to Target, not like I'm going to go visit, go on a.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Okay, you said 8-hour jam. So.
Well, yeah.
But here's the other thing with jam bands: you got to listen to live. You got to get on nugs.net or whatever and listen to their live shit.
Yes.
I'm not listening to any jam band studio albums. All right, there's like 4 good ones ever. Right? What are some good jam band studio albums? What's the good Phish studio album? What's the best one?
Billy Breathes.
I was going to say that probably, or Junta or whatever.
Junta.
What's that one?
Those are my 2
good.
top.
The early 90s
and
Phish,
Farmhouse.
Right?
And now all the Phish fans just got mad at me. Love the album. Sorry, everybody.
What's the one with backwards down the number line? That's the best one. What are some other good jam bands? I think Dopapop makes good albums because they try to write. But like most jam band studio albums are just like because they have a studio and their friend knows how to record, and it was like
I feel like a jam band studio album is to give fans of the band a primer of the music that they're going to see live so that they know how to sing along.
That's what I was going to say. It's the best way to get familiar with the lyrics when they put it on a studio album, and then
you can't
extend it.
Because you can't always do that with a live album. You can't always tell what they're saying.
No, I think like
you forget what song they were playing. So do they half the time. Like halfway through, it's like, oh yeah, they were playing that song, and they're back to it 20 minutes later.
I feel like
I'll tell you.
Well, I was just going to say, I feel like the jam scene is really like it's kind of its own thing.
Yes,
it is its own thing, and I don't think it's as popular as it was 8 years ago. What do you guys think? Do you think it's kind of dialed like?
I think it's the opposite.
I think it's expanded.
I see opposite.
So you think it's
Yeah.
the opposite? I think it's like expanded to not just be so specific jam band music that it doesn't feel like the same
thing. I'm just talking about like ticket sales.
Oh, ticket sales?
I feel like it's more.
Have you seen any sales?
I've
maybe since the pandemic, yeah.
Going to shows, it's been crowded.
But remember, like 2015, like when Twiddle and Pigeons and all those bands were kind of come up. I feel like that it was really banging them. Like it was really. I think one problem right now with the jam band scene is you're saying it's more expanded, but like all the popular bands are sort of kind of like, and the bands that are coming up. So you guys are old enough. You remember like when Medeski, Martin, and Wood was like really crushing, and like there was this band Ulu and like Slayho, and there was like weirder shit.
Yes.
I don't think like the weird shit isn't getting popular like it used to.
No, it's all like the stuff that's coming up now is Goose and like Eggy and
right. And you could argue that Eggy and Goose are kind of like they're very similar approaches. You know what I mean?
Twinsies.
Like it's good-looking kind of dudes from Connecticut singing songs, nice guitar.
They are good-looking guys from Connecticut. That's true.
You know,
100%.
it's like the formula is the same pretty much. And I think that's like what it is with a lot of the bands that are like doing well at festivals, at jam bands. So I don't know what we need to do, but we got to diversify what the audience is into. But I'm not saying that they shouldn't go see those bands, but there should be other bands.
I'll tell you what though, man, there's bands like our friends from Denver,
Banshee Tree.
That's not, those guys aren't derivative of anything, and that's
they're completely
unique.
Different.
There's also another Denver band.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Copper
But they're not
Children?
as successful as Eggy or like
no. Or like, have you heard of the Copper Children?
No.
You should check them out. Another like
amazing.
Weird, amazing thing. There's a lot of like smaller regional weird shit
that's fitting into the jam band mold. That's what I mean about the expansiveness of it.
Yes.
Like jam band includes 100%. More stuff than just the not singing good 8-hour jam thing.
Yeah.
The Yak Attack's a good Portland band.
Yes. That's a good
but the
Polyrhythmics is a good one.
Yeah, I guess what I was more getting at is like the artists are doing their job, but we got to get the fans to go see like the more weird bands.
Yes. Agreed.
And everything can't just be like guy singing about his parents getting divorced over the car.
But you know I feel like the a lot of the festivals are doing a really
Sorry,
good
I got myself there.
That's true.
I feel like the festivals are doing a really good job of kind of like diversifying what you're seeing now. I
don't think it's on the festivals either. I think it's literally sometimes it is the audience's fault, you know?
Yeah.
People like what they like, man, and they get. I was fucking,
and they don't want to take a chance on something that they think they might like, but don't know 100%. They will
because I've been used to being at home and it's comfortable here, and if I'm going out, it better be for a damn good reason. You know.
Also, jam band fans are very territorial,
dude.
Every jam band fan's favorite guitar, or if you ask any jam band fan who the best guitar player on earth is, it's whoever's in their favorite band.
The guy from their favorite thing. Yep.
Which they might be right. I don't know.
It is. I don't think that's any of us are wrong. I think we're all right when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's music, so it's really subjective.
What you get out of it. Yeah.
All right. So we glossed over it earlier. Tell me about trivia, the trivia deal, man.
Okay. So trivia is something I started doing for fun about last September. And it turned into something that I actually really enjoy doing and I love doing. And I do it every Monday here at this place called Yacht Club in Denver. It's like a little cocktail bar. It's like, it has like the drinks of a 5-star cocktail bar, but like the vibe of like a nice dive bar. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's cool.
That's cute.
It's jam band people that own it. Like they're cool. They like love Panic. You know what I mean? They're from Georgia.
Okay.
And they're the shit, but they're also like some of the best cocktail makers in the world. They like go to Europe and do pop-ups. They go to, you know what I mean? Like they're very well known. So I started doing it. I write my own game every week. It's like an 1.5 hour long trivia game, and I host the whole thing. And I do it at like 8 p.m. every Monday. And then I kind of started turning it into a book. So I like took the first 6 months and I put it all in a PDF, like ebook, so people can play with their friends. Like my friend tour manages that band, The Revivalists.
Yeah,
you know them.
Yeah,
and she said they were on tour with Head and the Heart, and they were like using the book and like playing in the bus and stuff like that. So it's been pretty fun to see it branch out. And now I'm working on a long form NBA only trivia book only, not live. So it's going to be like a full trivia book where it's all NBA questions.
Holy shit.
I think this fall I'm going to take it online and start like a streaming trivia show. I'm working on that still.
Wow. So just from like, what made you decide to, I'm going to do a trivia? Like what?
I've always been into trivia. I'm sort of a dork about that stuff. And I love Jeopardy. And my friend was like, that owns the bar, and Benny Bloom, the Trump player, and Lettuce is kind of like the booking guy there. They were like, we want to do something on Monday. I was like, I've been wanting to try this. Can I do it here? And they're like, hell yeah, you can. Because they knew I would. And now it's, it started out kind of slow, but I mean, it's packed every week now. It's like becoming a thing,
That's fucking dope, man. Congratulations. That's
which
really
is cool because I have like some regulars, so I can like do bits a little bit. You know what I mean? Then they're in on the joke. It's been fun.
Oh, that's super cool, man.
Yeah.
You know what? Taking a podcast or something like that and then doing it live is its own weird, unique animal. And this is a totally selfish question for No Simple Road.
It's your podcast.
Yeah. When you guys go do live Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast, do you approach it differently than you do when you're just in the studio together?
Sort of, in a way, like in practice. So like we schedule out like, well, this is going to happen for 15 minutes, and then we're going to bring the guy up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with the podcast, we just sit down. Like we don't prepare. I mean, for the interviews, I help him prepare. I'll do like background on the guys, but like, or the girls, whoever's getting interviewed.
Right.
But like for our part, no, we just sit down and talk. And I really think we might come up with a couple topics though for live, because you kind of got to get into it quicker.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, I might prepare a one-liner or two, but I wouldn't admit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. We started doing live stuff maybe in 2018 was when we went to Summer Meltdown is when we started
the High Sierra.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've done it. And so,
actually one of our first was Twiddle. No, that one wasn't live. That wasn't live, but we were.
That was
okay. That was in person at a festival.
Who's your favorite guest you've ever had on the podcast?
Oh man.
Was it? Have you had a guest where you're like, I can't?
I'll say one right now off the top of my head. Chris Pandolfi. He was one of my favorites for.
We just had him on ours the other day. It hasn't come out yet, but he was cool.
He's fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Reed Mathis.
Oh yeah,
I know him pretty well too. Actually, yeah.
Reed.
We love Reed, dude. We're Reed party over
guru.
here.
Yeah, about you?
That's another band that. That's another band that kind of got wiped out by people not liking weird stuff.
Electric Beethoven.
Electric Beethoven.
No. His old band, Jacob Fred.
Oh, Jacob Fred Odyssey. Yeah.
Apple.
Anyway, I always just think that it was one of the first big ones we did was O'Teal. When O'Teal agreed to be on the show and was just so gracious, and then our friendship has kind of developed out of that when we've seen him.
He's the fucking man, dude.
He is the man.
A handful of gigs with him, and he treats every musician like they're just as good as he is. And it's like, dude, we're not just as good as you.
That's how exactly.
He's always like, oh, I think I can do that. It's like, no, you can do that. You're better than everybody.
Well, that's kind of how he treated us with the podcast. He was like, yeah, let's do it. Like kind of same playing field. And when you see people like that on the show that are clearly, years ahead of you better, and they act like equals, it changes how you feel about yourself even.
Yeah.
He's incredibly, he's almost too humble. It's like sometimes I wish he was a little less humble. You know what I'm saying?
But you get him on that bass and all that humility's gone.
Humility is gone. He's like, I'm a badass. Look at me go.
That's true. That's true. And
he lets his bass do the talking.
You asked if we've had anybody on the show that I was like, oh shit, I can't believe we have this person on the show. Medeski.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. What's he like? He's kind of a space cadet, right?
He's super cool, man. John
he's
Medeski
amazing.
is amazing. Great guest and really insightful, and
he's another musical genius.
Down to earth cat, man. Yes. And what about you?
Another on our podcast?
Yeah.
Definitely Ken Jennings, the Jeopardy host.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
I love trivia, so I was like way into that. But as far as musicians, I don't know. Tony Hawk. We had Tony Hawk one time. That's pretty wild.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
and you guys had Melissa Etheridge on. That was out of the blue and awesome.
Awesome. She's so nice. Like I don't know. It's like it's weird. Like I swear, like the most egotistical people are like the medium ones. Like all the really successful people or the really talented people are very humble, and then like even the people that aren't very successful are humble. But it's those people that are almost successful. They've
got something to prove. You know what I mean? The person who's highly successful, they ain't got shit to prove. You know their album, you're singing their songs. That's easy. Yeah. But somebody who wants you to know their music, they have something to prove still.
But it's like, prove you're a nice person, and then maybe more people will listen to your music.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. That 100%. Yep.
Honestly, one last one that we literally just had on recently was Trevor Hall, and he was so dope. And
I don't know him. He's like a reggae dude, right? Or no?
It's like that conscious, like
like he plays the reggae festivals.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not weird if he opens for Slightly Stupid.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Such a cool guy, man. So sweet.
All right, who's your least favorite guest you've ever had on?
We can't say that out loud.
I'll say it.
Okay.
I don't give a shit. I'll say it for real. And it wasn't the guest; it was me. That's why.
The worst episode. I guess
this was the hardest. Like you guys, I don't script questions for the show ever.
Okay.
I'll do my research on who we're gonna.
Yeah.
And then we just talk to him, get to know him.
Yeah.
We had MC Taylor on the show from His Golden Messenger.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
And I wrote questions because I was nervous about talking to him, and I it was the hardest, worst, driest, lamest, shittiest episode, and it's
like
out
some
there.
CNN shit.
Yeah, I want to pull it from our feed so bad.
Nah, leave it up.
I did.
People liked it. They're fans of his.
Yeah, people did like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when you're like uncomfortable in your own skin while you're doing an interview, that sucks.
Sometimes that's good though.
And fuck, it sucks. Man.
And I would say for me, which Mel wasn't part of that, it was it was Sam Tripoli. Because Sam, I like Sam, but Sam,
the comedian.
Yeah, he can be very controversial. He can say things that are
anti-Semitic.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah. I don't think he's he's probably just joking, but
he's a comedian.
Who knows?
He's a pretty edgy even for a lot of comedians though. He's
and
on
very
you know
conspiracy theory and
That's so funny you had him on.
Yeah. It was
such a weird fit.
It really it was because I love conspiracy theory shit. And
you do? I love conspiracy. I don't believe very many of them, but I love them.
Dude, but how much fun is it to listen to people talk about the next extinction event that's coming in 2 weeks?
Well, now what was his name that lives in Australia, Tasmania?
Gordon
White. Gordon White was great, and so we had Greg Carlwood from Higher Side Chats on. Those were both amazing, great
talking about
interviews.
Conspiracy theory stuff.
I love those people that are like way into it. I love crazy people. You know what I mean? They're the best.
It's so much fun.
They're like way happier than any of us.
But like always anxious that the end of the world is coming tomorrow, and
but they're going to be right one of these days
for sure.
They've been right about some shit that's been coming out. So I don't know what I mean. People don't want to talk about that part, but there's a lot of conspiracy shit that's been right.
What do they say? A broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, but like some conspiracies are edgier than others. I'm talking about the real. I'm talking about the people that think like JFK Jr. is coming back and like shit like that.
Or
that's fun. That's fun. That's a good time.
Lizard people run our government. See?
That could be true. They might not be lizards, but they're still lizard people. That's how they think.
They're flat earthers and things like that.
Hell yeah.
Lizard people.
That's good.
You gotta have it.
Flat Earth is insane. We have pictures of it not being flat.
No, those aren't real.
That's all fake.
That's all fake.
It's AI, dude. Right. That's AI.
Here's the deal. That picture that you've seen of the Earth, the famous NASA one, the big blue marble one, that's actually Photoshop
from Avatar.
It is, and if you look, you could see where the clouds have been photoshopped and placed over and over again.
Right.
So that's not real. We've never left the Earth's atmosphere.
Now,
and
if you want to have
surrounded by a giant ice wall that covers the. That's why we've never
Superman.
Yeah, exactly like Superman.
So, but if you want to have the did we go to the moon conversation, now that's got some more merit to it.
I don't think.
I'm not saying we didn't go to the moon. I'm just saying that actually has some decent arguments.
Oh yeah. It has a lot of stuff behind
a lot of holes in that story.
Like the shadows of the flag, all the different stuff, the Mojave Desert sets, the
JFK. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's something happened there. You know what I mean?
Let's think. Probably what's another good one?
Probably, but some weird stuff definitely went on in 2001 with the towers.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and the constant one.
See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like that's.
But I think most of that was after. I think people took that as an opportunity and then they did stuff. I don't know. You know what I mean?
What about the Mandela effect?
Oh my God!
Is that where like the Bernstein Bears thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Hasn't that been proved fake?
How could you? Prove
that? What's the? How can you prove that?
I don't understand what people are saying. They're saying that that this did exist.
Yeah, like so if you ask a certain number of people.
I guess I don't understand
was it Berenstein or Berenstain? Most people remember it was Berenstein, but everything now says Berenstain. Another one is
Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes spelled differently. Everybody remembers it differently.
And the peanut butter.
Jiffy peanut butter never existed.
So what if it's just a collective? Okay, so the collective conscience like exists on some level, right?
Totally.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean the collective conscience is always right. Like people are wrong all the time. So what if the collective conscience is just incorrect?
Like
that
we have
could definitely be a thing.
A collective mismemory.
Right, because it's like an easy misspelling, and enough people did it that just because is there any like if it was spelled that way, wouldn't there be old books printed that way?
Well, that's the whole thing.
It changed the whole
It changed the timeline
continuum.
Well, Aaron, will you tell them?
Oh, they're saying we jumped to another timeline.
Yeah.
Not that,
and then they also brought into that like the Hadron Collider thing, or how that is messed with the time continuum and things have been going on. The one that really gets me because I'm a Star Wars nerd and fan is the C-3PO's leg being silver. Bullshit. That shit was gold.
When I was a kid,
I don't remember that.
When I was a kid, I had C-3PO action figures. He was gold.
Yes.
And now when you go and you look at old pictures of action figures, the leg is white.
I had my Star Wars figures at the time when that first came out, and I immediately got my C-3PO, and one of the legs was silver. I was like, bullshit.
Maybe they're trying to save money on gold.
That's the whole thing.
Or it's just wearing off.
But are we really naive enough to think that none of this shit's true? Like all that conspiracy stuff that they're 100% wrong all the time? No, they're not. They're not wrong. And sometimes they are.
Sometimes they are.
But like
they're wrong a lot.
Yeah. They're wrong a lot, but so are humans. Humans are wrong a lot.
Humans are wrong. Yeah,
so
exactly.
You can't believe shit.
The point is they're fun as shit. And they're fun to read.
Yes.
And we need crazy people. I hope we never lose crazy people. I hope we always have conspiracy theorists.
I think we will.
Keep questioning everything. I think one of the biggest ones, too, is the alien controversy.
Oh, yeah.
Aliens and all that stuff and find out more stuff. That'll always be.
But also, wasn't that a conspiracy that there was aliens and now everybody's like, yes, there are. But that was a conspiracy that people would be like, no, there isn't.
I mean, there's got to be something out there.
What do you think? Do you think that like we've been visited?
Watched? I don't know. It seems. Why would someone call them all that way and not
show us?
I don't know, but maybe we're being watched. But I think it's more likely that it's some sort of like let's say there is some sort of alien spacecraft in our planet, in our atmosphere. It's probably more likely that it's like some sort of like unmanned drone thing, right? Like,
okay. I saw.
Wouldn't that make more sense?
Totally.
That's kind of why put yourself out into a crazy situation when you can just send a drone?
And like what you just say, you're going to come all this way, and you're going to come all this way. You're going to put on a show.
You're not going to introduce yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're going to show up at Red Rocks and be like, bitches, I'm here.
I always think about like if the aliens do finally come here and they land, and like where they land is going to really affect like how they look at humanity, right?
It's going to be Vegas.
What if they land right in the middle of like summer camp festival? You know what I mean? Or like, and they just think we're like
Equinox.
They think we're all cavemen and shit, living in tents in the woods.
All these people are on drugs. What's going on?
Yeah, they're all eating these pills and listening to drones in the woods. We can easily murder all these people.
So I saw.
Then they get to Washington D.C.
or recruit them.
A quote yesterday that said, "If we are completely alone in the universe or we're not, both of those things are equally terrifying."
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, yeah.
I fuck with that.
Yep.
Or it's not terrifying at all, but still equal, I guess.
Yeah.
Why does everything got to be scary?
Well,
why can't we just be having a good time and skipping around? I don't understand why everything's got to be scary.
Have you been outside lately?
Yes, actually, I have.
Yeah, it's kind of.
They got a movie about Barbie.
Yeah, it's fucking weird out there, man. Andy Frasco,
they're killing
and No Simple.
They're murdering masculinity.
Performing live.
Nick, have you been to a lot of festivals?
Oh, tons. I've been to so many festivals.
Okay, so tell me your perfect festival situation. Like if you could mix up, like say summer camp and Peach, like the best of what they've got to offer. What's like your top stuff for a festival?
Okay, so it has to be like the production value of Electric Force. You know what I mean by that? Like the lights and like the woods, the location maybe.
Okay, location.
I want the lineup of a summer camp. I like a good varied lineup.
Okay.
I like 4 things going on at once. I might only like one of them, but I only need to like one of them. She can only go to one thing.
Okay.
Here's the problem with Electric Horse. The one thing I would replace about both of those places, I need to be closer to an airport. So what is the festival that's like a 45-minute drive from it? You don't want to be too close to the airport because then you're close to cops. You want to be like 45 minutes, an hour away from the airport, right?
Yeah.
And close to hotels. So maybe even half an hour. So I'm thinking Legend Valley in Ohio for that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
First of all, it's a legendary venue, great venue. It's a half hour from the airport. There's hotels everywhere. So I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put the summer camp line up there, and all through the woods and everything. It's going to be Electric Forest. How you feel about that?
Wow.
That was solid.
Absolutely.
We're there.
Almost like you thought about that before.
I didn't think about that before, actually. That was a really good question.
That was off the cuff.
Well, because I assumed that you had been to a lot of festivals, and so that means a lot because everybody's trying to do something different, like classes and like it's more wellness inspired, or this is going to be like jam heavy or whatever, and like
no wellness at my festival.
No,
nothing
fuck wellness.
Like
okay.
No, we want the bar open 24 hours.
We're doing a drugs in a parking lot.
Yeah.
Woo, fuck yeah, sign me up. Can we get on the bill?
Dang.
You can do yoga on Monday when you get home, nerd. Come on. Stop pretending you're not on mescaline. You're on mescaline. Stop trying to trick us.
Yeah, you were doing ketamine in your tent an hour ago, and now you're fucking stretching in the sun.
I'm doing it.
You haven't eaten in 3 days. You haven't slept. What is stretching for 20 minutes going to do for you at this point?
Drink some Gatorade and fucking go do some more shit and go listen to music.
You got a fucking 12-hour shift at Hobby Lobby on Monday. Get your shit together. The one festival I haven't been to that I heard is dope is High Sierra, though. That's pretty much the only one I haven't really been to.
You don't do stuff out west very often?
Fucking amazing.
I have. I just haven't done that festival for some reason. Okay. But no, I had not a ton out west. Hopefully I'll be able to get out there soon.
High Sierra
I heard
is sick.
Vibes are amazing, right?
Yeah, vibes are great. The grounds are sick. It's well
always got
done.
A killer lineup.
The only thing, the location is way the hell up in the mountains at like the very
it's like
top.
In the redwoods.
There's no airport near there.
Anywhere near there.
You're getting helicoptered in.
You're hours.
Hotel, yeah, right.
It's in California, right?
There's one street with hotels near there, I think.
What's it, California, like in the Sierras?
Yeah,
Sierras?
up in the Redwoods.
Yeah. Redwoods, cool.
All right.
That's gorgeous.
So, August 30th.
August 30th.
Wednesday.
Is a Wednesday.
What are we going to do, Nick? What are we doing? Come on.
They have a guest.
I know. So we're going to have a secret guest, too.
Who is it?
No, I just said secret, Nick. Secret. If you guys are going to put a secret guest, then we're going to put one too.
Around. I know who your guest is, but I'm not going to tell on you.
We're not telling, but we're not going to tell ours.
I do. For real, you don't?
Yeah, you do.
I have a good idea of one of them. There's another one we're working on.
Okay. Well, we got one.
Yeah, I know. That's the one I was talking about. Big one.
Is he more famous than me, your guest?
Yes.
Our guest?
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. So.
Yeah, it's Reed Mathis.
Since we're wrapping up, I didn't know if
we'll
Aaron
make sure
was
stay that way.
Or not. At the time, your car got stolen today?
No, I got it back recently. So it got stolen like a month ago, and then they just found it and it got towed and everything, and I got it back, and I'm dealing with insurance, trying to get my. It's annoying.
Okay.
So it got stolen in like mid-June, and I just got it back. They found it basically, but it got towed when they found it, and I had to pay for the tow and all this shit. I'm trying to get all my money back.
Oh shit! Okay.
Fuck, man. I'm sorry. That sucks.
It's it happens. So it's actually in pretty good condition for being stolen.
Okay.
So you're just dealing with the repercussions of that.
Yes.
And everything.
Yes.
Which
is almost more annoying than the car getting stolen, actually.
Yeah. Like, go ahead and just keep it. I don't want it back. Now I got to pay money.
I had a free rental. It was
shit.
Nice.
May whoever stole Nick's car have bed bugs and lice for the rest of their life.
But after they stole the car, not before.
No, after. Yeah. No, now, not then.
Yeah.
It's going to be fucked.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Nick, I can't wait to hang out, man.
I can't wait to hang out either.
It's going to be fun.
What are you guys going to? It's going to be a good time, I think. I think there's still some tickets left, so everybody should get it. When's this come out?
Get tickets.
This will come out in 2 weeks. Or actually, you know what? We're only 30 days away. Let's say, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, Who's your next guest? Who's your next guest? Like on an episode?
Torrin Daniels from the Kitchen Dwellers.
Oh, they're cool. My friend manages them. Banjo
player.
They're one of the bluegrass bands I like. That's why I like Chris. You were talking about Chris Pandolfi. They're earlier.
Yeah.
They're probably like the main bluegrass band that I can tolerate. Bluegrass is probably like my least favorite thing. You know?
Really? Why?
But,
what is it about it?
It doesn't have drums. I don't really like the sound of banjo. It's just like tinny, and
I love it.
It's just not for me, you know.
Yeah,
but Instrument String Dusters. I saw them at Red Rocks. That was good. That was fire.
They fucking kill it, man. The Dusters are amazing.
Yeah, they're actually.
And then the
doing
Kitchen
it right.
Dweller, Tor, he has such a different approach to playing the banjo too.
Yeah, you're talking about a guy that was like a fan of
the
the Misfits that started playing banjo.
Yeah, I haven't seen them enough to really have an opinion on it, but I know they're dope as hell.
Yep. What about you guys? What's next? What's the next guest?
Sashir Zamata. She used to be on Saturday Night Live. She's on TV shows, stuff like that.
I need to get you guys.
I know what you're talking about.
We need to hire your booking agent.
And then we have someone else, some other musicians coming up too. Oh, 10th Mountain Division is actually this week, and then Sashir Zamata.
Oh,
and then every 3 weeks, once a month, we do an episode that's just me and Andy for an hour and a half or so.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool. Well,
that's the fan favorite.
Everybody, you guys already most likely know about Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast and Nick and the whole thing, but go follow him on the all the things and that
and
stuff.
listen to this
and listen to this show and come see us live because it's gonna be fun. There's gonna be people there.
It's gonna be lit.
Have you been to Ophelia's?
Never.
No.
Oh, I love that place. I love playing there.
Well,
best food. Now that's a good restaurant, actually.
Yeah, Edible Beats is our sponsor for our Monday episode, and we love Justin Cucci, which is the restaurateur that created the Linger.
Yeah, Linger.
All that. So that's how we got hooked up with this.
No, yeah. They are that restaurant group is amazing. Yeah,
they're dope. Yeah.
And kick-ass people.
And they just happen to be a sponsor.
Yes.
Love it. All right, Nick.
I said that before I knew that.
We'll see you soon. Let's raise some fish together, brother.
I can't wait.
Right on, Nick. Have a beautiful day.
We'll talk to you soon.
You too. Enjoy your Saturday. Bye.
Peace.
That is Nick Gerlach, everybody.
Yeah.
From Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast, the music business, trivia, and cult leader.
He's fun.
He is cool.
Yeah.
I love conversations like that are just like simple.
Yeah, and kind of touching on all kinds of subjects, like everything.
Yeah, but
he has a lot of ideas I can get behind.
I'm concerned that he doesn't believe the world's flat, though. That's kind of fucked up.
He definitely didn't.
I know. I don't get it.
And the fact that he doesn't like the tinny banjo. Sorry, Nick. It's coming up.
Yeah, Mel plays banjo. She's
I'm trying to play it not as tinny.
But he's also got he's like kind of open to it. He just, I don't think he hasn't been turned on enough to it.
Yeah. You know what? Everybody in the world has opinions and perspectives.
That's what we like to portray up here.
And it's okay. Everybody out there, I'm breaking news. Other people's perspectives and opinions, even if they differ from yours, are okay.
Yeah.
Did you all know that?
Yeah, it's like a booty hole.
What?
And that's kind of weird. It's like we want to know people's opinions.
Oh, Jesus, Apple.
It's like we ask for them or something.
Well, I mean, I guess if they if their opinion is like they want to hurt other people, that's not okay. But
what if they want to hurt people that hurt other people?
No, man, we should all just get along. Just be cool.
But
don't
if
be
it's
a
just
dick.
an opinion and they don't act on it, then they're just, like, I'd like to hurt people,
just a
but I'm not
quiet
going
asshole.
to.
The thought is that everybody should be able to share their opinions and their ideas and their thoughts. If they're controversial to the point of wanting to hurt or maim or silence anybody else, then that's really not our bag.
No,
that's
but
wrong.
if they don't
Be
like the
nice.
same band we like, if they don't like the same instrument we like,
well, they're wrong.
that's on them.
Oh yeah. It's on them.
It's
You're
on
right.
them.
Yeah.
And you don't got to cancel somebody because they don't like something.
True.
No, we have that in our household. Like Aaron doesn't like Wes Anderson. I freaking love him, but I get.
Yeah, you guys like fucking Miracle Whip, and I hate it. I
don't really like Miracle
I didn't
Whip.
cancel you
Completely
guys.
understand.
for that.
I don't really like
That's
it.
not true. You love it. You love it with tuna. You like it on sandwiches.
Oh, Miracle Whip. I was thinking of Cool Whip.
You were thinking of the band Miracle Whip?
There's a band, Miracle Whip?
Yeah, I'm not going to divorce you because you don't like best foods. That's not a problem for me.
I hope not.
No.
That would suck after 25 years. That's the Aaron and Mel broke up. Did you hear?
It would be for something that
Aaron
dumb.
liked Miracle
It was
Whip.
because of condiments, disagreements on that.
So yeah, man, we're actually going to be performing at Ophelia's Electric Soapbox on August 30th.
Is performing really the right word for us? I feel like we need to come up with a new thing.
We're
because we're not performing
live.
I'm not going to have like some costume and have some like lines.
Appearing live.
Yeah.
We are going to appear there live at Ophelia's Electric Soapbox.
I like that.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that makes more sense.
Here, let's start over. On August 30th, Wednesday, the day before the Dix Run in Denver, Colorado, No Simple Road is going to be appearing live at Ophelia's Electric Soapbox with Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast, including Nick Gerlach, and other special guests that none of us can tell you about yet.
We're not even telling each other.
We're not telling Andy. We're not telling y'all. We're not telling each other.
I don't even really know.
And then when it's all over, we'll be disappearing and reappearing.
4 nights at Phish.
Oh.
And if you want to come hang out with us, you can go to www.nosimpleroad.com and click the ticket link and go get yourself some tickets. And this isn't like shisty marketing tactic here. Tickets really are going fast. And if you're going to sleep
it's
on
not
them,
a huge place.
It's not that, you could possibly get shut out, and that would suck if you're a fan of No Simple Road and we are, what did I say? Appearing live, and then you don't get to see us appear live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come watch us appear live
at an amazing venue. And Nick just said it he said that's one of the places that does have awesome food in Denver. I'm looking very forward to my first bite of edible beets.
What are you going to have?
They have several things. It's kind of one of their smaller menus and more kind of bar food stuff. But they have like a really dope sounding chicken sandwich and burger, the little barbecues on there, I think, and stuff. I don't know. It's one of those things like I want like 4 things and I'll make up my mind when it's time to order.
I want you to make up your mind now. It's 33 days until we appear live.
I want to go to L5 and have the seafood paella.
That makes more sense, babe. Thanks for changing that.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We will be back on Monday with another episode done in collaboration with the Edible Beats out of Denver, Colorado, the No Simple Road Weekly Rewind. And, follow us on all the socials and keep up with us. Go to our website, buy yourself some No Simple Road merch, join our Patreon, and become part of our cult. Because it's a really, our cult is all about love, light, and like taking care of each other and sharing good moments and all that stuff. And, we love you guys. And safety third, hydrate, take care of each other, smile at strangers.
Who's got our SOs?
And you know what? It's that time of year when bugs are really, really flourishing. And when you see spiders in the house, spiders are our friends. They kill the other bugs. You don't have to leave them in the house. I'm not saying that. Just don't squish them. Like the other day, there was a big ass spider. Like he was like the size of $50 in the kitchen, in the sink. And I got a cup and I put him in the cup and I took him out to the garden and I dropped him out in the garden so that he could hang out.
It just doesn't matter.
Don't hurt the bugs. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Well as a fear, we've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A = A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
This is the story of Whitney Houston.
This is the story of Kurt Cobain.
Of George Michael, of Otis Redding, of Amy Winehouse, of Michael Hutchence, Bob Marley. This is the story of Prince.
It's a new podcast series
about how they died, why they died, And while we're still talking about them so long after,
It's like nothing you've ever heard before.
it's storytelling.
But it's more than that, because rock stars,
They tell us how we feel. They change our mood,
they change the clothes we wear, the people we hang out with.
the way we remember things.
It's them who give us those ludicrous moments, the ones where you...
Jumping around, singing your heart out, feeling understood.
And it's those moments we'll help you remember, the ones you're thinking about right now.
That feeling
That feeling.
is coming soon from Crowd Network.
Just search for Death of a Rock Star on your podcast app.
And subscribe now.